Hey friends, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping in. And today I am so excited to share this Starbucks reusable tumbler with you. I love doing these. These are just my new favorite. And I like these so much more than, I hate to say it, just so much more than the stainless steel tumblers. I love the way they look. I love the clearness to them. And I love the fact that this has 3 layers of epoxy on it. Mind you, they're very thin layers, but it is still super, super light. And I love that. And I just think that these have such a good look to them. And everyone loves the Starbucks tumblers. They're just so fun. Now, this is the polypropylene. It's number 5 plastic. It has an extremely high melting point and it is chemical resistant. So your epoxy sits on top of it and becomes an inert plastic surrounding it. So I like to do this in layers, very thin layers, so that it's not heavy. And then one of our friends on the channel pointed out that, she also does it in layers because it keeps and protects it from being able to just pop when you bend it. So I still tell people to, be gentle with them, but it definitely makes such a difference. And I tell you, I have been using the epoxy mixer from Hobby Lobby. So happy with it, just so you guys know. I had done a video on it after I got it, and I have been really happy with it. But this tumbler is super fun. I love it a lot. I hope that you guys like it. And this one has, just a hint of color in it. And then, of course, some glitter. It's a friend's tumbler. You are my lobster. I love it. Because, in case you don't know, lobsters, mate for life. So that's where that saying comes from. And yeah, this just turned out really, really super cute. I am totally digging these cups. So much fun. And yeah, they just turn out so beautiful. And there's so much you can do with them. And, truly you can do anything with these that you would do with your stainless tumblers. I do really need to do one in solid glitter because I haven't done that, but I just love the transparent look of these, so that's why I haven't done that yet. But yeah, this is just really fun, really beautiful. You can see how nice and clear the epoxy looks. Super good. So if you would like to see me putting this together, the video is attached. And thank you so much for stopping in. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subby friend. And I'm so grateful to everyone who has been here supporting this channel. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys have a blessed, and beautiful day, friends. Thanks. I'll see you later. Bye. All right, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Now, sometimes I forget to tell you guys, I do wipe all of these tumblers down with denatured alcohol before I use them, okay? Now, this is going to be weird because I've got this here, but I'm going to be doing another one right here, and on this one that's got 4, if I'm doing multiple, I like to do the back first just because, of reaching over and stuff. All right, there's only so much room. So I have some epoxy made, and this is my Pro Marine epoxy. I did mix it using my my epoxy mixer. I'm loving it. And then, so this is just some alcohol ink from Michaels, and this is in rose, and I'm just putting a tiny bit in it. So on these cups, when I put color in, like, I like the color to be super light. I like it to be just a touch of color. So I go just a little bit at a time, and then, you know, adding, because I don't want it to be too dark. And that's really a personal preference. I like a nice sheer color. So this is about how dark I like my color to be. All right. So now this is going to be a little weird because I'm, you know, going way back here. Oop. But I'm going to be putting about 10 cc's of epoxy on here, not much at all. So I like to do nice thin coats. So I've always, since I've been doing these, I've been a fan of doing thin coats for the fact that it is such a light cup, you know, that I didn't want it to get super heavy. And one of our friends here on YouTube pointed out to me that she does thin layers and multiple of them because it makes a difference in it not being able to, not popping if it gets squeezed, you know, since it's a squeezable cup. Now, sometimes, depending on what color I'm using and, you know, how I'm doing it, I may decide to put, you know, a little piece of tape over my Starbucks logo if I don't want color on it. But when I'm using a light color like this, a lot of times I just let it go just because, you know, I like the way it looks. So all of that is really completely, you know, preference. So, and something that I really like to kind of point out every now and then, and I feel like it's been a while since I said it, you know, please make sure that you are being safe when you're using epoxy. So you want to use nitrile gloves, and you want to use a mask, you know, a respirator. Now I use just a regular N95 mask. It's very similar. That's what I use, but you know, you want to use a respirator, and you want to make sure that you're in a well ventilated space. Now I am on my back porch, so I have lots and lots of ventilation. So that's why I'm, you know, sometimes I do a little bit lighter mask than I should, but only because I'm in a well ventilated space. So you can see this just gives a nice hint of color. It's not too drastic, you know, but it does give a nice little hint. So I have a little bit, some glitter. This is glitter chimp. It's called Little Red Corvette. And on this one, I'm just gonna do a little bit on the bottom. I just want to go very slow with it. So this is a mixology glitter. It's got a mix of fine, super fine, and chunky glitter in it, So I do find that if you're using the sprinkle like this, it will get a little bit, you know, clogged. So that's why you see I will put it back and then spray it again. I notice that just sort of helps. All right, so now I'm gonna go up just a little. And that's it. That's all I want on it. And this is going to be perfect. All right, friends. So here we are. I have my tumbler to this point. So this is just one layer of epoxy with just a light color of rose alcohol ink and then a little bit of glitter. And here it is. Looks good. All right, so now I'm gonna do my decals. So this is going to be a friend's one also. So I have my stickers, which I still really need to try and get to TJ Maxx and see if they have any more of these. Are so cute. I meant to go this weekend, but I was a little busy. We had Scott's I had a surprise birthday party for my husband this weekend. So, all right, now there's these. So these I made. So what I did, I just pulled up a wallpaper type of photo from on Pinterest of like friends. It had a bunch of different friends quotes in it. And then I made the outside circle 3.5, yeah, 3.5 by 3.5, and then I put it over top of that. And then I sliced that, and I had a whole circle with that. And then for my inside, I do 2 by 2.19, and then I put a circle on the inside and cut that out. So I have these. Put my decal on. So I'll tell you, these are definitely sort of a pain, and sometimes I have to move them a whole bunch of times. It's why I really like the Cricut vinyl, and this is the Paper Studio from Hobby Lobby, and I'll tell you honestly, I like it too, because you know, it moves. It's pretty easy to, you know, pick it up and move it as you need to. And it's got that same nice stretch to it that the Cricut brand does. Cricut is still my favorite when it comes to this, but this is a good second, and it's a really good replacement when you can't find the Cricut brand. And it has this nice stretch to it, so you can kind of like get it where you want it to go, you know. All right, so there is my ring around my Starbucks logo. And then now on this one, sorry, I got a little piece that's, all right, make sure you want it to be all flat. All right, so on this one, I'm using the lobster. You Are My Lobster. This is one of my favorites. I'm actually gonna put it right down the center, over top. And again, I'm going to do it when I turn the video off just because it's so loud. But again, remember, you can always put some heat over these to help take out any bubbles. And if you're not putting epoxy, the heat will actually help the stickiness of it, help it to stick better. And I think I'm actually gonna keep this one very simple like this. What do you think? All right, so I'm gonna put some more epoxy on it and we'll be back.